going on, y'all? I want to check out this video about the beef between Nicholas DeOrio and Chud Logic, which are both content creators that used to be pretty cool with each other, and now they're not. It's gotten pretty bad. Let's check this out. The video is from Internet Versus, the guy who pretty much made it no reason for Bo Blacks to come back at all. I don't know why Bo Blacks couldn't just read the damn tweets. How he came and replaced you, took your swag, advanced it, made it better, and is doing consistent videos. What was so hard for Bo Blacks to do that? I really don't understand. All he had to do was read tweets and edit. And was this guy editing for him too? My bad. Anyway, that's a whole different beef. If you don't know who Nicholas DeOrio is and who Chud Logic is, they do drama content, right? Nicholas DeOrio, he was once cool with this one group of content creators that people was calling a goon squad for some apparent reason. And a lot of them either fell off, disappeared, or just stopped streaming for some damn reason. Whatever. But he's been doing this thing consistently on his second channel where he does live streams and live stream clips. And he built up quite an audience on there. Chud Logic does similar content, but it seems like his is more based on I want to go after people 24/7. Right? Like, I got a debate. If I got an issue with you, we got to talk about it in front of everybody on live stream. Why? Because I want to milk everything for views. I don't care about the whole milking stuff for views. When it comes to, I guess you could say, content or like, what are you talking about type of things, right? Like topics. But when it comes to like trying to milk your own friends, I do think that crosses lines. And I personally wouldn't want to be around it. All right, let's get into it, man. I've been jibber-jabbing for too long.
Prominent members of the commentary community and Nicholas DeOrio and Chud Logic, all accumulating after Turkey Tom was facing his allegations a few weeks back. Essentially, Chud Logic made comments on stream about how some people may try and sweep this Turkey Tom story up, with some online, including Nick himself, interpreting this as a direct comment towards him, essentially an attack on his character. This caused a boiling feud essentially interpreted as character assassination, which all exploded after Chud Logic went on vacation, and Turkey Tom's response coming out, making an argument against all the accusations against him. There's a lot to get into, so let's just jump in. Welcome to the Internet versus Nicholas DeOrio and Chud Logic. It starts when Throwaway tweets out this clip with the caption, Nicholas DeOrio shades Chud Logic.
God damn it, man. You've gotten too powerful. It's time. Are you ready? Are you ready for tomorrow when it's time to take you down?
Yes, dude. What's tomorrow?
Chud's coming back.
Oh.
Dude, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Listen.
Dude, the great sweep ends tomorrow, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
I think my time interacting with
You guys didn't know sweeping is like when you're pretty much covering up for somebody. If I'm not mistaken, Chud is accusing Nicholas DeOrio of sweeping for his friend Tom. I don't think he's sweeping, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think he covered it shortly after. I don't think he covered it in the moment. People wanted him to cover it while he was already live streaming. And in case you didn't know, most live streamers plan their live streams before they do it. So if you have a show and a set of group of topics or whatever, doing one in the moment, that's not going to be easy to do, nor should you. You should just wait, figure it out, do some research, especially when it involves somebody that you're friends with. And if there's people that's thinking I'm covering for Nicholas DeOrio, I've given him his criticism, right? Like, I don't think I've ever had a conversation with him. I do think I'm blocked. But honestly, I'm not one of those people that like cares about being blocked. I don't give a damn. I think anyone has the right to do that. He probably was getting a lot of like messages at once, critiques, which I never like group my critiques. So maybe it was like a time period, whatever. I don't care. I really don't.
the majority of commentary people has come to an end, with the exception of the selected list of people who I'll actually still talk to.
Well, you did, to be fair, you said that last time. You said Chud was your last friend back in 2024.
And look where that got me.
That's true, yeah. Maybe listen. The Nick DeOrio curse is very brutal. It is very brutal. It will come.
Well, Tom survived the curse.
Xenos replies, "What did Chud do to him to deserve a bridge burning?"
Commentary eats itself. I've been saying that for years. Right. There's going to be beef within the friend groups, and there's going to be people within this friend group that are nasty. Not saying this one in particular. I'm saying in general. There's going to be somebody in that friend group that's going to just go to the sickest of sickest and lowest of lows just because you chose to not associate with them. I've been through it a plethora of times, right? On YouTube, just, oh my gosh. So many times have I just said, you know what? I'm going to just, stick to myself and do my content. I don't really want to associate with this group no more. Next thing you know, I get thousands of videos with people just lying and slandering and hating. It's really a nasty thing, but it's routine at this point, right? The best way to avoid it is to not be friends with everybody. Just stick to yourself. I know it sounds like sad or whatever, but I stick to myself, right? I've associated with people that were associated with Nicholas DeOrio previously, like years ago, and I learned my lesson from that. And if anyone's wondering who I'm talking about, Tipster, the same person I was writing for and all that. Yes, that loser, right? And I learned my lesson with that. That dude was a snake that never wanted to see me shine. He was trying to get me, I guess, destroyed from the beginning, all because he was envious and jealous of my talents, of me being able to do certain things that he couldn't do. And it was really weird. But I seen him do a lot of treacherous things to try to, I guess you could say, strengthen or build his career as a YouTuber on like the backs and bones of other people, other content creators. And it didn't work out well for him. The best option as a creator, as you up and coming, is probably to stick to yourself. There's not much friend groups that's going to be loyal on YouTube. Have friends off YouTube.
Is it seriously about that sweeping?
And I know I'm pausing a lot too. I'm going to stop. Let me get this out. I'm not saying that's for every friend group. There are some, I guess, friend groups on YouTube that might be, loyal and legitimate.
For Tom thing. If it is, Nick is the biggest fucking pussy ass bitch. I mean, he is that anyways, but still. Not a surprise that he's angry at Chud, to be honest. Thin Skin cannot handle commentary. Then Chud returned from vacation, and Throwaway also posts this clip with the caption, "Chud Logic is shocked DeOrio attacked while on vacation. Leaks the behind the scenes."
It does seem that there's been a little bit of, while the cat's away, the mice will play. Which, to be honest with you, I'm a bit taken aback by. I didn't realize I was that much of a risk or a threat. That people have got to cower away from me and only say their piece when I'm away and can't respond. Holy shit, dude. Incredible.
What?
Incredible stuff. Someone tried to cast a great shadow over my channel. Bro, what the fuck, dude? Hey?
So people weren't allowed to respond or speak on a situation while you was on vacation? The drama or commentary sphere had to be put on pause because you went on vacation. That just don't sound right. That don't sound right. His ego is kind of crazy. And I've watched some of his videos, right? I don't want to sound like I'm super biased because I'm just like speaking from my experience of like how the whole drama YouTube friendship works. But in all honesty, I watch both content creators, so I'm not trying to like pick any sides, right? Just speaking from my perspective. But damn, bro, like he's like putting himself on a certain, I guess you could say, pedestal, and it's a double standard.
Bro, dude, bro, I knew too nice yet again. Yes, obviously, yes, correct. Once again, I'm too nice. Classic Chud logic. Haven't you been in a one-sided Cold War with Nick for over a year now? Well, you think it's one-sided because you don't see behind the scenes. You don't see the angry messages that I get when I say something out of pocket on stream. So it seems one-sided to you. It seems angry one-sided messages to you. But it's not to me because I get the little angry message. Chud, you said this thing on stream, Chud. Chud, you just really...
You're gonna have me seeming like I'm defending Nick like crazy. So you go after him on stream and he speaks to you privately like how friends would do. You got me out here sounding like I'm caping. That's yo, that's kind of scummy. Like me personally, I don't think I could be friends with anyone who's gonna go after me constantly. I don't care. I don't care if people think I'm soft. Nah. I just don't want a friendship like that. I've had friendships like that, and it wasn't conducive for my well-being or my growth or my success or just my happiness. So I just personally choose as an adult not to want to be around someone who's constantly trying to, I guess you could say, discredit me and go after me. The sweeping thing already is nasty. How you gonna say somebody is sweeping because they didn't cover it within 24 hours when you said, and now they had to respond on your time? That's kind of messed up, bro. Like, and I know you probably benefit from if you was there and they responded, you would have made some money, you would have boosted. Like, we're not gonna act like this ain't a content thing that he's kind of pushing right now, but whatever. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me. It is what it is.
He's the video talking shit about me, Chud. That's not really trying to bring the temperature down, is it, Chud?
And Boblax replies, it's actually nice to hear that I wasn't the only one who was trying to micromanage behind the scenes. He really needs to knock that shit off, though. It's so annoying. Throwaway also tweets out this clip with the caption, and Chud Logic says he lost to nothing despite DeOrio claiming he...
I wouldn't even hit the person up, right? Somebody do a video about me talking crap. I just don't talk to them. It ain't even like a I hate you thing. I just, now in my mind, I put you in this category to where I don't take you seriously. There's no need for us to be cool. And to be clear, that's if you do it repeatedly. If you just give me a critique, if you're like talking about something that I'm involved in or around, I don't care. Right. But if you're like constantly taking jabs at me and going after me, then it's like, okay, well, why would I want to be around you or friends with you or cool with you? That's just weird. Like, and it doesn't have to be a I hate you or we beefing. I won't even do a video on you. Just don't expect no DMs from me. Like, it's cool. We don't gotta talk. Just why would I want to be around you?
...intimate audience.
The Julians have left, dude. They've all fucking unsubscribed. They've lost 600 subs since I've been on holiday, dude. But yeah, when I came back,
now.
and I saw
I think it's getting close to 2,000, but it's 1,500 subscribers he's lost so far.
We hadn't even dropped below 50k subs. I was like, okay, it's not so bad. Could be worse.
Now
could be worse. All that for a drop of blood. All that for a drop of blood, dude. I lose hundreds of subs for fun, bro. I give a take the.
He spoke too soon. He's under 50,000 now. Damn. Yikes.
People don't like my sub count fucking bottoms out, dude.
Well,
dude, that's just a fucking Monday for me.
It's part of
that's just a Monday for me when I decide to defend a fucking fascist ICE agent shooting a liberal wine mom in fucking Minneapolis, dude. That's a Monday for me, okay? I don't fucking care, dude. I think I lost more subs when I criticised Asmongold for his takes about fucking whatever it was. The Charlie Kirk stuff.
And Reverb replies, why are they both so gay? Nick and Chud are so cringy. Russell says, drama has been largely overtaken by interpersonal beef between low-effort political streamers. So many people acting overly serious about unserious things. Much ado about nothing. I hate that a lot of commentary has just become an extension of this boring dynamic. Over on our Clipped Live, Shadow Army posts, Chud Logic is back from his weeks-long vacation and is currently live addressing his falling out with Nick. Some of the things he said on stream. Nick was holding in a ton of resentments against Chud for months, but was too much of a spineless coward to openly say it, so he deliberately waited for him to go on vacation so that he can shit-talk him in peace. Nick accusing Chud of sticking his audience on him is...
I don't want this to sound like I'm just going hard on Chud. That is literally the opposite of what he's saying, or what he's been saying this entire time. So which one is it? Because if you're saying every time that you take shots at Nick, he's in your DMs complaining, then you can't make the same statement, he's a spineless coward. Right? Like, and he, to openly say it, so he deliberately waited for him to go on vacation. Come on, bro. He's a spineless coward, but then he's sending you DMs trying to talk to you about stuff. That's like, it's contradicting It's contradicting. And I'm not trying to like just go at Chud. I'm going to critique Nick when I see something that, you know, sticks out to me that he's doing wrong in the moment.
Hypocritical AF because Nick's audience brigaded Chud's comment section and during his vacation to accuse him of sweeping. He says that people were shit-talking Chud behind his back at VidCon. Augie is in a weird spot and that he can't even lightly criticize Nick at all if he wants to keep a relationship with him. Chud has no more YouTube friends after this, and that the only people that are still in his orbit are these spicy chatters like Queeman, Dicker.
Didn't Augie and Nick debate like recently? Or speak? Or no, I think they did have a debate.
And Purple Perry Gaming. Great company to keep. He claims that him saying the great sweep was on wasn't anything crazy at all, and that he gets called the sweeper all the time by his chat, so he doesn't understand what Nick could possibly be angry about. Chud is still—
Your chat's joking with you when you say that. You wasn't joking when you called him a sweeper. You actually discrediting him. Especially someone who takes that like kind of thing seriously. Like I would say, this, I haven't really talked to Nick at all. Right, I have no relationship with him. I'm saying from just what I've seen. When he was doing the documentaries and things, he saw himself more like a journalist. So when you say something like that, like when this dude is doing things that's like breaking cases, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe even like proving innocence and things like that. And it's a whole bunch of things, correcting certain people's mistakes in previous times of commentary. When you say something like, hey man, you covering for your friend and doing— you are disrespecting him and his brand, and he might lose subscribers and people will start putting it in his comment section that he's sweeping. How could you see that as, oh, that's nothing? But then when he does something to you, it's the worst thing ever. How dare you do videos while I'm on vacation on your own channel that you do daily videos on anyway? You was supposed to either do it fast as hell when I said so within 24 hours, or you supposed to wait until after I come. Why does everything have to be controlled by Chud, bro?
seething about Nick's Ethan Klein coverage. Claims that Nick can't even think of taking back his audience because they're tired of him dick riding Ethan, lol. Actually, good riddance, lol. He says the New Year's stream was the beginning of the end of his friendships with commentary. He also says Tom and Willie stopped associating with him because they disagreed with his takes on the Destiny drama. He also says that Nick was silently seething about Chud publicly criticizing his Ethan Klein coverage, and that their friendship was never the same after that. He goes after Nick for blocking his critics on Twitter, says that he can dish it out but can't take it, and that he can't handle criticism against him. He says milking content isn't the problem, and that the coverage not having integrity is the problem. He then leaves it up to his chat to conclude whether Nick's Ethan coverage contains integrity, so he's basically implying that it isn't. There are so many other things that I don't have time to include it, but basically his chat was clamoring for him to leak his DMs with Nick, and he eventually did so. However, Chud doesn't realize that he doesn't look good in those DMs at all, because there was absolutely zero necessity for him to go off making snarky jabs at Nick for his Ethan coverage. All he had to do was just do his own thing, and there wouldn't have been a problem at all. He also proceeds to leak a bunch of Nick's messages from his members-only Discord. It's safe to say that I'm largely on Nick's side here. Chud clearly started this whole thing by shit-talking Nick's Ethan Klein coverage and is a full-on surprised Pikachu about why Nick has an issue about it. Also, Chud fails to take into account that the spicy chatters in its audience are way more insidious and rabid than any of Nick's audience. Also, they look for any breadcrumbs they can get to hypocrisy hunt and militantly A-log whatever Nick does. And Thrissy replies, I was a fan of Chud, but I got exhausted of all the transvestigation coverage. Which is fine. I quietly stopped watching without a fit. He can do what he wants, but it's stupid to bitch and moan about other content creators watching Ethan shit on iDubbbz as if that has to be your cup of tea, because clearly you're just petty that an audience—
He does that a lot. I have noticed. He'll do crazy criticisms, like extreme, like he hate them or something like that. I know he's probably just adding a little bit of extra sauce on it and not being serious, but he'll do that based on you doing content that you want to do. I think when Augie RSC did some kind of live stream challenge with him as his friend, was it this guy? It might have been with this Internet Versus dude. But they was like raising funds and doing live stream challenges or whatever. This dude went live and went crazy. And I remember watching the stream like, all right, let's see what the drama is today. Why do you care about this? It seemed like you just trying to make content at this point. Why do you? Yeah, I seen the stream with Augie. I clicked off it. I wasn't watching that whole thing. Clicked on it sometimes, clicked off it. Didn't really care. It wasn't like a big deal. I think streamers should be able to stream whatever the heck they want. I don't see the issue. But he was like mad, like, oh, this is the worst content ever. Rah, 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 rah. Why can't you just do? I was like, whoa, bro, you controlling people? Like, let people do what they want. So yeah, I do think that he goes way too hard with that. Like, honestly, I think he should just focus on doing content the way that he wanted. If you are upset that you don't see enough of the content you want, be that person to create that content.
Is eating that up despite Chud finding that coverage boring. I wish he would just own up to the fact he was probably just resentful that an audience didn't find the subjects he covered as interesting. Bro didn't even make a video on Aiden despite milking him for content. Why would anyone with common sense...
I know I'm pausing a lot. My bad. I didn't even think about that. When other bigger content creators cover the same things that you're covering, it boosts your viewership and like awareness too as well. So there's a lot of people that do. That's crazy. I remember a lot of smaller creators that would have the same argument that Chud is using because they were trying to get bigger content creators to talk about certain things that they cover. Wow. Okay, so that's a possibility too as well. I thought he was just trying to be like I guess you could say like what's the word for it? Elitist. But okay, that's a possibility. I don't know.
Touch him with a 10-foot pole. And Slumberjack replies, lol. If anyone is getting a great sweep down for them, it's Aiden. His whole drama basically only got covered by D-listers because Aiden is friendly with all the big boys. And the Constant replies, Chud isn't wrong about IDEB's coverage being boring. I'm tired of it too, lol. I haven't watched in a bit, but if that's what he's saying, he's not wrong. And Delicate says, that's fine. You don't have to like it, but heaps of people still do. It's some of the more popular coverage on Nick's stream and on the casinos. I don't get why Chud has a problem with this. It's almost like because he deems it unworthy of coverage, everyone else should also deem it unworthy for some reason. Honestly, to me, Chud just seems jealous / resentful that Nick is making money off something he doesn't like. And the Constant says, oh, yes, I know, lol. Nah, I get you for sure. Even my monkey brain is like, oh, what'd he do now? And yeah, he probably is. Nick is doing very well for himself. Mario Fan says, I said you were a dishonest liar covering up your friend being an abusive rapist as a joke. Just a bit of banter, mate. Who does this retard think he's fooling? And Ceramic Bean replies, Common and Tommy CW. And Dum Dum Dun Dun says, another $1 into the Tommy C was right jar. Diabetic Penguins says, listening to this in the background after having read this, and while you do hit a lot of the more salient points, I strongly encourage people to hear it for themselves just so they can get a kick out of his ham-handed tactics. For example, during the first hour of his stream, he'll mention something like, interesting that Tom's response came out while I was on my announced vacation. I ain't saying that was the case, just that it's interesting. He will leave that idea to simmer for about an hour. Then, once he's confirmed he's in lockstep with chat, he will take a firmer position during the second hour, going as far as to say they did in fact wait until he was on vacation to fuck him over. This is while using a clip farmed from Half-Baked where Tom and Nick were discussing the I'm Alex release and how they coordinated it to release it during Alex's trip to VidCon as proof of a scheme against him, Chud. I remember Tommy C during their whole fallout mentioning how he thought Chud would stall to gauge chat sentiment before actually taking a position on anything. Fascinating to sort of see it in real time. Edit. Droolians. We are all Droolians. And Augustin Kepler replies, that's such a conspiracy-brained and egotistical take, IMO. Why should Tom wait? The allegations are borderline rape and pedo cosplay. I wouldn't wait until a drama farmer is back from his vacation to address serious allegations against me. What the fuck? And Essex replies, did you really take that from it? Chud isn't saying he should wait until he is back. He is saying that Tom delayed it a few days so Nick could edit his shitty shower thoughts into his video as he knew Chud couldn't respond. Nick avoids any real conflict. And Nick could start the brigade with his gay joke about the sweep is on as he thought it would ruin his holiday.
Yo, that sounds crazy. And I'm not trying to be like the great Nick defender, but Nicholas DeOrio avoids conflict? He was like known for the conflict back in the day. I sound old as hell. But like, this is Mr. Debate Everybody and a Mama. I think he has made major changes, which is probably why I watch him more now. We all mature, right? As we get older, at least that's the goal. So it seemed like he has like switched his opinions on things. Like, I think he used to be against blocking people too. And now he is pro blocking people. And so am I. I don't want to have to deal with the bull crap, bro. Like, I just don't care enough. But you saw if it. I think I will block the heck out of somebody, which is different. YouTube, you can't block nobody. So I'm talking about like on other social media sites, but I don't even use social media like that anymore. But yeah, he has definitely changed, but he was like really going at it with a lot of people. And I'm not even saying that in a bad way, but confrontation didn't seem like something he was like terrified of. I think that he doesn't want to go back and forth on stream with Chud because Chud is just trying to use that to his benefit and make some money. Anyone who live streams that debate is going to make some money. I wouldn't do it if I was Nick either. I wouldn't host it on mine. I would literally just move on. I would just start covering my topics or keep continuing to cover my topics, and it is what it is. It doesn't have to be like a gladiator smackdown. As entertaining as that can be, who cares? This is over. Oh, you don't like me. Oh, you like me. That's nothing. Grown ass men out here. I wouldn't want to debate that, is all I'm saying. And I wouldn't want somebody making a bunch of money off of my back for me debating.
Holiday. Many have expected that Nick's response will be what? We still talking about this? To avoid
They
conflict
both
as he is
should
last
move on.
off the bus. We know Tom delayed his video as during Chud's response, Nick was seething in his Hugbox Discord confirming it was ready by the 27th, which Chud was around, but he doesn't know why it was delayed. Augie confirming he had seen Tom's response early, and the iMalice clip confirming that Nick had done this gay op shit before to ruin people's holiday. So you are right. Why would Tom,
They got
the
the
remaining
publicity.
friends of Nicholas DeOrio, delay such damning claims? And Akessen Kepra says, simple answer, watch DeOrio's response. Chud completely misrepresented just about everything. Receipts are not in Chud's favor. And Essex says, you mean the 1 hour 15-minute crybaby emergency stream that totally not sensitive Nick just done? Seeing it through Aiden freebooting. It really doesn't change anything in my above
Chud did like a 4 to 5 hours. Yo, damn, people don't like this dude, Nick, bro.
comments. The few parts I think most of things DeOrio fans didn't see. Nick is so sensitive and self-obsessed he is surfing Leftovers H3 for his name. Nick couldn't know he was on holiday as Chud is so unwatchable these days. Proceeds to show a playlist full of fully watched recent live streams. So he would know when he isn't so unwatchable. And oh no, the forbidden S word, Nick sweeps. Aiden also revealed that a great friend Nick
I think they were cool. So yeah, he was watching them. Right, and some people probably gonna shame me. I watch both of these guys. So
was shit-talking him at VidCon with Tom. Why would someone who is totally not checking in nor keeping him sweet good
try
friend
to
of
stay up
Chud
to
be
date.
doing this? And the Willie Mack call into Tommy C revealing group chats chatting shit behind his back. Wow, great friend. Back in the original thread, Supreme Bidoof says, him saying getting called a sweeper is no big deal is crazy. I know his chat calls him that as a joke, but if people think it's actually true, that can harm your credibility. And Shadow Army says, his chat may call him a sweeper as a joke, but they clearly mean it when they accuse Nick of sweeping because they absolutely detest his guts. Chud doesn't seem to understand that for some reason. There's also a X post put on the Clips Live subreddit by Good Things Are Gone with the caption, someone posted Chud Logic's leaked DMs with Nicholas DeOrio, and it links to a post by Soul Skibbity who says, Chud Logic leaks bridge burn with Nick DePigrio, and then wow a bunch of times. And it's these DMs going back and forth, starting with Nick saying, I just saw a clip of you saying, I don't like you anymore, but you haven't answered a DM from me since September. I did try to keep comms open. And Chud said, hey man, yeah, I've had a lot on and honestly it's difficult to know what the deal is. We have gone our separate ways in many ways. And obviously it does feel a bit shit that no one really likes me anymore from the commentary space. I do probably have issues with some of your coverage, but I don't want to keep talking about UHD, and honestly, I've always appreciated you and the things you have done for me. So I make snarky jabs from time to time.
whoa, that sounds like the opposite of what Chud was saying. So Nick reaches out to him. People are saying he don't like confrontation, but he's the one that, hey man, I seen she was talking about me. What's up? You the one that's ducking me. And then you also see before that, he did reach out and Chud never responded. So he said, yeah, and why would you start saying that that he doesn't like you anymore when you're the one going after him? So let me get this straight. You keep taking shots at him because you don't like his coverage, but then you're going to publicly claim that he doesn't like you when you're the one that's not responding to him as well. That seems weird, bro. One could probably even argue that you're trying to set up something so y'all can have this fallout and then debate on live stream.
Time to signal that I disagree, but I don't want to blow up what little bridge we have left by going full schizo mode attacking you. I guess I feel estranged. And then Nick replies to an old message here from
What bridge would you have left? You don't talk to him. You're ignoring his messages. And you're publicly going after him. What bridge? That's kind of weird. My bad. That just
Left by
sounds
going
odd.
full schizo mode attacking you. I guess I feel
Sounds
estranged. And then Nick replies to an old message here from a previous conversation and says, just to be perfectly transparent, this conversation soured my perception of you. I have many friends in the online ecosystem I disagree with / make different content than me. That was never an issue. Despite this, I did attempt to keep the bridge open regardless. And Chud replies, so
Sounds
yeah, I mean
accurate.
that backs to the feeling of feeling estranged. It's all good. I'm not mad or anything.
What the hell? Feeling that's all on Chud, bro. So Nick just said, hey, I disagree with a bunch of my online friends, bro. Not an issue. Also, I kept my comms open. I didn't block you anything. At any moment in time, you could have DM'd me to tell me what your issue is with me instead of going on your live stream and blasting me to hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. Like, that's weird. And your response is, yeah, that backs up the feeling I was feeling. You created the feeling. Even in this moment, he's saying like, yo, dude, we good. There's no issues. We cool. If you got an issue with me, I'm here. I'm listening. What's the issue? You're kind of like disrespecting him being so open. I understand why he wouldn't want to talk to you now, because you pretty much is like you're punking him when he's just like, hey man, I'm here. I'm willing to listen. I don't have any problem with you. I disagree with a bunch of my friends. And you're just like, see, you proved me right. Nah, yo, these DMs don't make him look good.
Things change, people do different things,
There you go.
etc. Listen,
This Chud fans are probably going to be roasting the hell out of me in the comment sections. If they are following me, they're probably going to unsub because I disagree with them. But this don't look good, bro. This don't look good.
man, not everything has to be some catastrophic breakdown. I know you are used to that. And Nick replies, yeah, man,
What?
good luck with whatever you're doing over there.
What? Why does he keep going at him? His last message was, yo, bro, we don't got no issues. I disagree with a bunch of my friends. And I, kept comms open so you could hit me up if you had an issue. What's up? Listen, man, not everything has to be a catastrophic breakdown. I know you are used to that. The fuck is wrong with this guy? It's like he's trying to bait him to say something crazy so he can't have screenshots and post them. Before you say that can't be true, he did leak the damn DMs. This sounds like he's trying to bait him. It sounds like he's trying to rage bait him into saying something crazy. And it seems like Nick didn't fall for it. But then you still ended up leaking them anyway.
Soul Skibbity then continues attaching Nicholas DeOrio's Asoy community drama response to the Chud stream and his messages on Discord of Nick saying, why a mess? Nobody knows when your gay movie trip is. He waited for Turkey Tom's response to talk about Turkey Tom's response. Yes. This segment has no gas. I missed like the first 45 minutes, but I think this will just be a nice clean break between our communities. Lol, now I groomed him to be nice to me. Is this guy like 40? I manipulated him into
That's his paid Discord? That's disgusting. All right, so guys, that's pretty much like stealing content. What they just did was like, if I have a movie and I put it on Netflix or something like that, they just ripped it. They took the movie, shared it to everyone to see for free, and was like, what did we do wrong? What do you mean? We put messages from your private Discord that people have to pay to get into out? Like, what's the issue?
being silent about me. Kinoblade Chronicles replies to Soul Skippy by saying, wow, 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 wow. It's just two fat gay dudes saying nothing. Ehud says, lol, is Chud taking estrogen? Nicholas, I am sad that no one wants to be my friend. Yes, I talk shit about everyone and will not moderate my shit Discord, but you made too many videos on Hassan, Ethan, and Destiny. This is a 40-year-old man with 2 kids, crying in DMs. GM says, after watching Chud's segment, this all felt avoidable if they just talked, but Chud clearly didn't give a shit and just wanted to drama farm. Nick didn't want to deal with that shit, so Chud's just mad he lost his stream segment and is now
I agree. Nick kept trying to have the conversation.
whining in his corner. Back over to Clipped Live, Miriani says, if those are real, this feels like a complete nothing burger. Why even leak those in the first place? There's literally nothing in here except for Chud being suddenly very timid for the guy who yells, raped, you're raped, all the time. The whole I don't like the topics you pick for your streams is so I make jabs at you point is retarded. But then again, what else can you expect from the guy?
dumb.
Still, really nothing. Throwaway then tweets out this clip with the caption, Nicholas DeOrio says Chud Logic made up an insane theory.
The TBYS video is absolutely rancid. listen. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to play the intro, but it is one of the most insane demonic crack pipe theories I've ever seen in my life. The only time I've heard a bigger cracked theory than the one that was here is that Chud Logic thinks that Turkey Tom was going to delay his fucking YouTube video that could redeem him just so it would fuck over Chud's vacation. That Tom would risk like his multi-million-dollar YouTube channel specifically to slight a guy who's going to get 15k views on his VOD. Yeah, that's fucking crack. But this is also crack.
You're commentator of the year. The best commentator of the year.
No way he actually said that. No, yeah, he thinks it's a big cabal conspiracy.
That's stupid. That's pretty dumb. I can't front.
And MF Stadler replies to this clip in the caption, what about Nick and Tom's behavior, past or present, would give Chud the idea that they would coordinate to, quote, fuck up the vacation of someone they are negatively motivated against?
Oh, wait, before you get there, I want to just explain this. Yeah, we always get accused of running gay ops, right, Tom? We get accused of like being a commentary cabal who just fucks over people. Never has that been more true than this story, okay? Because we were in a group chat, right? And we were like, BWC, you're dropping on Monday. Tom, when are you going? Oh, I think I'm going to drop mine on Tuesday. Okay, you drop on Tuesday, Tom. I'll drop on Wednesday because I used that information he gave to film an interview at Colossal and Slazo to debunk it before they even put it out. Bo Black's Twitterverses on Thursday. Everyone, we're going to go to Augie on Friday. That was the most coordinated thing the commentary community's ever fucking done. But the reason why we did it is because he was bragging about how much fun he was going to have in Los Angeles. So we wanted to fuck up his vacation. So we put a video out every single day. So what Vega's talking about, where he's like, yo, did you see Nick just dropped a video? That was like the second bomb. You can go ask anybody who was in VidCon 2019. They'll tell you there was a story where I'm Alex is walking around with a 1,000-yard stare like a bomb just went off and he's fucking like, what is going on? He's just walking around.
That's cold-blooded. But I'm definitely not defending Alex in any way, shape, or form. But Tom's video wasn't dedicated to Chud, if I'm not mistaken. It was dedicated to, I guess you could say, clearing his name. So I don't think that would be the same thing. It would be the same thing if you're taking Tom's video that was clearing his name as solely he only cleared his name just to get back at me. What is your beef with Tom? I don't understand the issue. That's a little crazy. It seems like this dude has an issue with Tom. Chud, like he has a big problem with Tom, and he was trying to get the community to all, like, I guess you could say, jump on Tom at once and go after him. And when they didn't, he tried to force it by pretty much calling people soft or saying that they were sweeping. And now that Tom did clear his name and debunked a lot of things, instead of just saying you was wrong, like, and maybe even apologize, I'm like, damn, I was going hard trying to bury you, man. My bad. Instead, you're doing this whole, I know that y'all felt the way about me this whole time. It seems like you didn't like them, but you wanted to use them for the benefits of growing your channel. So you wanted the fallout to look as if you were the winner, so you could keep the fans and maybe even get some of theirs. And I don't like that. If you didn't want to associate with them, then just don't associate with them. If you wanted to go after them, then do such. But then don't be in a DM someone, I feel like you guys hate me. That's weird, bro. That's weird. There's so many weird creators that do that. I've seen someone make a video on me and then DM me directly after, I hope you're not mad at me. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? You got 2 subs. Like, never heard of you. Why are you even trying to talk to me? People wonder why I don't check DMs. There's a lot of weirdos, bro. Like, just looking for clout, and I don't think it was necessary because I've seen Chud's like commentary on a few things and was like, oh, this is good content. Do I disagree with him on a few things? Yes. But he could have just kept doing his YouTube, bro. Just keep doing your videos, keep doing your commentary. You didn't have to make this like a forced war.
the party. Ask Willie. Apparently, he bought him a beer and then put out a video called "I'm Alex is the biggest douchebag" when he got off the plane when he got home.
I remember. I think it was like Nick. You dropped the first video, and then I had one, and then you dropped the interview. I want to say is the way.
No, the interview was my video.
Was it? Didn't you have a video before that was about it without the interview?
That was before I met Alex, but that was like a month earlier, right? You went and you dropped the first video. I dropped my video, and then you dropped a follow up on Hyojin when she started suicide baiting.
Throwaway also then tweets out this clip with the caption, Chud Logic explains why he suggested Nicholas DeOrio might avoid covering Turkey Tom's allegations.
Oh, dude, it's just the big sweep. Why are you mad about being called a sweeper? My friend's getting accused of beating women, you fucking son of a bitch. Dude, the implication that I would just ignore my friend doing domestic violence is like character assassination. That's like, yeah, that's fucking insane, dude. Of course.
Dude. The hysteria is off the charts, bro. It's wild. It's fucking wild, dude. Acting like I'm saying this crazy shit. You're going to ignore your friend doing domestic violence. I didn't say you will. I said you might. I said you might do that. But also...
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
And Chud don't realize how Nicholas could be offended at that. He don't get why he would be upset by that at all. Okay. All right. Whoa. This dude, Chud is forever the victim. He gotta chill out. Just move on to your own content, or you're gonna become a low-cal. I can see it, bro. If you keep on going in this direction, no accountability, bro. You could have just been like, yeah, I was tripping. I was early with that one. No, okay.
I don't know if you can tell from the tone, okay? This is not meant to be this excessive criticism like he's making it out to be. It's, I reckon the big sweep might be on. I reckon some of these guys might not talk about this, okay? And why would I think that? Let me ask you this. Why would I think that exactly? Is it crazy to think that Nick might not talk about this stuff sometimes? Remind me. What happened with that Willie Mack video about Queen and Augie? What happened with that? That was gay into community drama. Remember that? Not worth looking at. Not worth looking at. So I would say...
Why does he feel like he can dictate what people cover? That is, fam, this is not that serious. Like, maybe that's what I thought the commentary community was supposed to be. Entertainment. Maybe. I don't know. I've been tripping. But damn, like this weird crusade that you on, like, brother, you gotta relax. And you signed up to be a member to watch this video. Yo, wait a minute. Hey, niggas talking about Nick watching your videos at all. You signed up to be a member to watch this video. Y'all both were fans of each other. Come on. Like, why people gotta act like that? Why you gotta act like that? I watch both of you guys. Y'all both watch each other.
On this clip,
ain't that serious?
A hit dog hollers, okay? That's the reality, guys. A hit dog hollers. The reason that Nick is so upset about this, even though I couched it, even though I was very fucking trying to be a bit jovial about it, a hit dog hollers, okay? At this point, he wasn't sure if he was...
The expression is really stupid and can be used on you right now in this very moment because you's doing a whole lot of hollering. But yeah, just because somebody defends themselves or speaks out of something doesn't mean the whole hit dog or whatever holler. That's stupid. It does not mean anything. That is foolish.
Gonna cover it. That's why he's so upset because he feels so called out about it, okay?
Yeet then tweets out this clip saying, Chud Logic says Nicholas DeOrio is sensitive and a skinwalker. Also calls him out for acting like his boss in DMs.
People have commented on the fact that all the red bars are filled, okay? Now, do I think that Nicholas has watched every second of my stream? No, because sometimes the red bar populates when you watch a bit of it, okay? But very clearly, Nicholas watches me a lot, okay? Very clearly, Nicholas watches me a lot. So he's doing this thing where he's like, oh, whatever you're doing over there. Bro, you know what I'm doing over it?
He probably stopped watching, especially if you just explained that you could watch a little bit of a stream and then click off. He probably goes to support you because he thought y'all were friends, gets disinterested in the content that you're doing, and clicks off. Thus far, he wouldn't know what the heck you were doing over there.
Yeah, okay. Because you're watching my streams,
like we best friends,
okay, to find what content's out there other than EHD, presumably, and to steal all my best bits for yourself, to skinwalk me. Let's call it what it is, bro, okay? Let's call it what it is. Nicholas has absolutely been skinwalking me. It is fucking undeniable if you watch his stream, okay? Ultimate rate review, 8 from me. Not that I care about taking an idea or something like that, okay? But obviously that's part of it. The fucking I'm gay song, okay? He has been skinwalking me. And so it was so crushing to his ego. It was so crushing to his ego that I was taking these jabs at him. He's taking it super personally. He takes stuff personally anyway, okay? Let's be real. We know that already. But coming from me, it was unbearable. An unbearable weight was placed on his ego, okay? He couldn't bear the thought of me taking these jabs. And so he took it super fucking personally. I was his hero.
How dare you get upset that I'm going after you on my live stream to thousands of people after I've used you on this very same live stream to gain a plethora of money, donations, and fans. How dare you get upset that I use that same platform to send jabs at you for no reason? Hey, you know what it's called when you keep jabbing at somebody and they don't jab back? And you just keep jabbing at them? You weirdo. Yo, he's like not picking on them or whatever, but nigga, that's damn near us. I'm not even going to say because people going to take it serious. I'm joking. It's a metaphor. But you're going after somebody. Come on, bro. If they're unanswered jabs, then you just bug it out. You attacking somebody. It turns into an attack. Let's say that instead, because people won't take that word so serious. Like, come on, bro. And you think that he doesn't have the right to not want to associate with you or bare minimum check and see if there's an issue? I don't get down like that. Like, I'm from New York, Bronx to be exact. Somebody has an issue with me, I've approached them. I've gone into dangerous rival neighborhoods, knocked on doors. Hey, what's up? You said you got beef with me? What's good? What's going on? Let's get to it. So I'm not with the whole, you're going to talk crap about somebody and then when they approach you, what? I had no idea. What? No, I didn't know. Karen alert. Oh my. It's Karen. She coming. Get your stuff. Get your stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's a lesson that I've learned throughout my life. Right? Like if somebody doesn't like me because I've talked about them, right? Like I've definitely given Nicholas DeOrio his criticism. Maybe once or twice. Like 10,000 years ago. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But so what? Right? I don't care. But he has the right to be like, you know what? You critiqued me 10,000 years ago. I don't like you. That's his right. Like not only do I not care, that's his right. If someone was to like try to go after him because of it, I would disagree with them. Like, why does he have to like me? You don't gotta like me. I don't have to feel no way towards him or whatever, but that's his choice. Like that's literally his option. I see this stuff as like entertainment, even though I am extremely honest. My main purpose is to entertain my supporters and people like me that just want to watch something. You know what I mean? See what's going down, get the realness as well as crack some jokes. All right. I'm not trying to change nobody's opinions. I'm just trying to force you to like me. That's your right. You could dislike whoever you like. I don't care. As long as you don't try to force me to like somebody, you know. So like, I don't know. I said like 1,000 times just now, didn't I? I don't understand why Chud is trying to force people's opinions and force them to like him, or why he cares. He's a grown man. I think he's older than me, damn near. Maybe not, but you shouldn't care who likes you. You got a whole audience. His audience should be offended. Like, why you care so much about Nick? Like, we not watching you. It's probably because his audience don't like Nick, so he's probably trying to satisfy them by doing this beef and going after him.
Hero. I was his fucking hero, bro. Nicholas DeOrio is a scorned Chud Logic fan. He'll never admit it. He'll deny it if he's asked. Okay?
Vec replies, steal my best bits. Brother, you're both slop merchants. Oh no, he stole my precious slop. Just shut the fuck up and stream. You're not creating anything, so I don't know how he gets the gall to be indignant of Nick's stealing drama from him. An agent says, you losers really ran slop into the ground. And Vec replies, drama is slop content. I don't know why anyone would argue this, lol. Doesn't mean it's not entertaining, but it is bottom of the barrel content. Sir Roses says, Nick's entire bit is parodying or copying. Pointing that out and calling it skinwalking makes you look retarded. He's also been extremely upfront about having been a fan of Chud, mentioning it on stream constantly. He's been more supportive of Chud than even Tom or Augie. Jason says, what I got from reading the comments is everyone agrees with Nick except the people that he blocked on Twitter. I need to block more people knowing how fucking angry it makes you spurg retards. And Germ70 says, Cope. Nicholas looks pathetic and his old audience is mocking him for being a flamenco tier spurg. And Axe Happen says, nah, the fact that you dorks hate him so much over blocking people on Twitter is fucking hilarious. And Constantine replies, you're retarded if you think the main issue with DeOrio is that he blocks people. He's a thin-skinned loser who is optics cucked and chose to build an audience of Jewish wine moms who feel him gefelte when he tells them how much of a good boy Ethan is.
What y'all got against? You know what? That's crazy. How did this turn to that? People really don't like DeOrio. I don't know if it's more for his past content or for his new content. Or maybe that's what it is. Maybe his older supporters don't like him like changing and not like, I don't know, being the same old person. But yeah.
Then Cope and C that tweets out that apparently Chud's stream was taken down for guidelines TOS. Absolutely insane. I don't care where anyone stands on this drama. If anyone reported the stream, they are hyper gay and retarded. Totally unacceptable. Hopefully this is just YouTube AI being insane. He then shows that the title for the stream was showing how FFW DeOrio is a lying piggy, oink oink, and Stale 2000 replies, alright, have you considered like not doing a really aggressive title like that? This feels really F around and find out. And Chud Logic quotes him and says, have you considered shaving the last remnants of your balding hair so you don't look like a complete pedophile? And then Federal Rape tweets out this clip with the caption, Chud Logic responds,
huh? Nah, you gotta catch another one of these.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name, you.
It came out of nowhere.
to XRLSF mod Stale 2000. It's about the Ethan Klein joke I made and not the title.
This little fucking wretch, bro. I won't say what I put on Twitter because I need to be cautious at the moment, okay? I need to be careful not to harass anyone, right? But this balding fuck comes along and comments on it without understanding anything and says it's about the title. It's nothing to do with the title, you fucking idiot. It's to do with the Ethan Klein joke that some triggered H3 fans from Nick's audience, well, presumably Nick's audience, reported. It's literally nothing to do with the title. And he sat there going, oh, I think this is about the title, actually. I think this is about the title.
Why are you so mad? Why is he so upset, dude? Like, it is, I swear it ain't that damn serious. I promise you it's not.
Title. No, it's not about the title. You don't fucking know, so why are you commenting?
And Stale replies, okay, my point still stands. If you are making risky jokes, that seems like a pretty stupid thing to do. My point is that being risky is stupid as a content creator. And Federal Rape says he'd rather live one day as a lion than 1,000 as a sheep. You'd never understand. And Stale says, that's fine if you want to live as a lion. I just think you don't get to cry about it if lion poachers take you out then. Throwaway then tweets out this clip with the caption, Stale 2000 accuses Chud Logic, Queeman, AugieRFC, and JStalk of fostering toxic communities, and calls for massive TOS reporting as accountability.
Another interesting dynamic about these influencer and snark communities is toxicity on levels that surpass even the most obviously.
Wait, this guy really trying to become a content creator now? That's crazy.
Toxic ones like 4chan. Sure, these communities are too woke to call you the F slur, but if you interact with them, there's about a 50-50 chance that they will immediately call you a pedophile. Here is a tweet from Chud Logic that demonstrates this. I disagreed with him on a recent TOS strike that happened to him on his channel, where I said that if he didn't want to get a strike, maybe he shouldn't be so aggressive with either his content or his stream title. And he immediately ignored the...
Yeah, I don't think that was that bad for him to get that kind of response, because the title was crazy, but at the same time, whatever. Yo, fam. Yo, that's wild, bro. Remember, Def Noodles got a lot of heat. He got canceled for doing the exact same thing to Papa Gut. But y'all don't remember that. Y'all remember when the commentary community called out Def Noodles like, hey, can't just be... And it was exactly said like that. And y'all was, hey, that's wrong. I agree. I don't think that should be something that just flies off the handle when someone disagrees with you.
Substance of the point and just called me a pedophile. The content creator also has an infamous Discord channel called Spicy Chat that throws around these insults like candy. And multiple other of these commentary community people like Queeman, Augie, and JSTLK have toxic communities that the creator is at the very minimum okay with being associated with. These communities will do everything up to but right before direct doxing, which the creator will usually explicitly disavow as long as it's not happening directly in that community. But they basically endorse everything up to that point. As long as somebody doesn't cross that one line, everything else is completely fair game for infinite levels of toxicity. And I think this dynamic is bad, even if the creator themselves does not reach the same level of toxicity as their community. And these communities act this way because, one, they think it's all just fun and games and there are no consequences to their actions. And two, there isn't anyone bringing the find out part to them after they have effed around. That mostly applies to the random community members, though. For content creators, there can be a clear financial and clout incentive to constantly making your content more and more edgy, to have crazier titles, more controversial takes, and make bigger and worse insane attacks against other content creators. In the past, the feedback loop that would prevent people from being like this was that you'd get, doxxed and harassed in return. And the modern day equivalent consequence that I advocate for in response to this behavior is mass on-platform terms of service reports against the offending parties.
And Regis replies, at Steel 2000. He didn't.
Yeah, that's actually against terms of service too as well, if I'm not mistaken. Especially depending on what platform you're talking about. They're going to say, oh, he didn't call you one. He said you look like one. That's so foul. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. See, and that's my beef. One of my beefs with the commentary community, and it's just one example of it, is the double standards, bro. Like, the same standards that's held at one point is not kept. I'm telling you, this is one of the main cases I remember this. Papa Gut beefing with Def Noodles. And Def Noodles was saying almost the exact same thing to Papa Gut. Papa Gut came on stream and was crying. And almost the entire commentary community backed him. Like, yeah, that was messed up. Def Noodles shouldn't have done that. But now y'all about to back Chud doing this? This is so messed up. Yeah, this is double standard.
And call you a pedophile. He said you looked like a pedophile. And he is entirely correct. Then at Chud,
and people wonder why people don't take things like that when it's said on the internet seriously. Because it's like, come on, bro. Y'all taking words and just making new definitions. And just like, yeah, you could just say that. You could say someone looks like. That's so weird, bro. It's exactly what he was implying. Let's see what this is
Chud tweeted out so that his VOD did come back up, saying the VOD is back up and the warning has been retracted. Thanks to everyone that spoke about this. Shout out to our tier 3 members.
Whatever. I do think that Chud should just move on, bro. Like I said, I've enjoyed his content and Nicholas DeOrio's content. I just don't think that all this was necessary. Just because y'all don't want to associate with each other anymore. Cool. That don't have to change your content. In fact, for Chud, it should make you want to go harder with your content. Be the exact form of content that you don't see enough of. When you're like complaining and saying, oh, how come y'all not? Instead, you just do it. That might blow you up even more, bro. It might blow your channel up even more. Right? Because if what you're saying is true, you're stand out. Trying to get everyone else to conform. That sounds crazy. Just do your thing. Do your thing. You're probably going to take this personal. Maybe his supporters might take what I'm saying personal. I just don't think he was moving right in this situation. Right. As far as Nicholas DeOrio is concerned, same. Just do your content, bro. Like, is what it is. Both of their fans probably don't like me. I'm joking. I don't care. That was my overall point of this videos. Chud shouldn't have cared. Anyway, watch more videos. Hit the hype button. Be sure to tell me what you think in the comment section.